Mm.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Prestigious Talk Show. I'm super excited today because I have a special guest with me. She's no other than Margaret Adekunle, the owner of a credit card company. But I will let her introduce herself properly. Margaret Adekunle, you're welcome to Prestigious Talk Show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
You're welcome.
As mentioned by Faith, my name is Margaret Adekunle. I worked
Yes.
in the banking industry for 20 years and I
Mhm.
was a branch manager for 11 years. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, Margaret, we would like you to tell us what inspired you to start your own credit card company as a Black woman, and you're in a foreign land. Of course, most women will say, "Wow, she has the nerves to start her own credit card company." You've just deconstructed what has been socially constructed. You've climbed that hierarchy. So people like us would like to also emulate you. Okay, so we want you to actually tell us what inspired you to start this company.
So, like I said earlier, working in the bank for 20 years and
Mhm.
leading different branches and different teams, I've seen a lot. Black people go through a lot.
Wow.
There's a little bit of discrimination that is still there within
Mhm.
the industry, and those are some of the things that inspired me to start the company that I started. For
Mhm.
most parts, there's those policies that we have in the banking industry. They've been there before we came, and
Wow.
those same policies still exist. So I feel like when minorities, Black people specifically, come into the bank, there's a
Yes.
little bit, a teeny bit of doubt. Is that her
Yes.
real name? Is she going to be fraudulent? And those kind of stuff.
Okay.
Right. And those are some of the reasons why I decided to start a company and bring out a product that is customized for the Black community.
Thank you so much. Can you imagine? I really want to thank you for starting this initiative. This is a powerful initiative that you've just started. Before we proceed, we would like to quickly go on a few seconds break. Please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I promise you, do not go anywhere. We have Margaret Adekunle live with us. And if you have any question regarding your credit score, regarding your credit card, please make sure you are prepared to ask her today. She's an expert in this field. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And watch prestigious talk show.
So welcome back, everyone. Live here with us on Prestigious Talk Show is Margaret Adekunle. And of course, she has introduced herself. We are just going to proceed with our questions for today. Margaret, we want you to tell our viewers the name of your company and how long has this company been in existence?
The company was actually registered 2 years ago in 2020, but
Okay.
we officially launched our product in December 2021. Our
Okay.
company is called Citylendingcenters, short for CLC. You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, on IG.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, we officially launched our credit card in December 2021.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Yeah,
Thank you.
it's a new company, but I'm really proud of you to venture into the finance industry as a woman, not just as a woman, a Black woman. Okay, so we are breaking that barriers. Okay, if you're watching, ladies, there is nothing you cannot do. Okay, it depends on your mind. The mindset is very powerful. You just heard from Margaret Adekunle. She had told us how she started, how she tried to bridge that gap. There was a gap, there was a void in the banking industry, and she noticed that Black people were kind of marginalized in that space in terms of having credit card, having bad credit. And I said, you know what, there's a problem here, and this problem needs a solution. And here she is. She has been able to come up with this initiative to help people like me and you. So, Margaret, thank you so much for this wonderful initiative. Thank you. I'm really, really proud of you. And yeah, you've talked about it. I will really want you to specify, is it only for a specific demography? is it just for Black people? Do you have a specific demographic that you want to, that you're still looking into?
So our main priority is the Black community and immigrant
Okay.
community. Absolutely,
Okay.
anybody can apply. White Canadians,
Okay.
Black Canadians, everyone can apply. But our
Okay.
priority and main target market is the Black community and
Okay, an
immigrants.
immigrant. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. That's the question I wanted to ask, because people might be thinking, is this just for everybody or for Black? But you mentioned something that is, people can apply in as far as but the main focus is that this credit card company is for Black community and immigrant people. So if you're watching and you're an immigrant, you can apply for this credit card. Another question that I wanted to ask, is it only in Canada that you can apply, or is it globally, or you're just in this Canadian space for now? Yeah.
Everyone in Canada can apply as long as you're 18 years old and you're Canadian resident. If you're
Okay.
outside Canada and you have your landed already, or you've been approved and you're just
Okay.
not here yet, you can also apply. But
Okay.
it's mainly for Canadians at this point.
Okay, thank you very much. Because I know, when we are streaming live, people are watching us from all over. People might be wondering, okay, is this something that I can apply for? So she just said it's only for Canadians, and unless you're landed, which means there's a proof that you're a Canadian citizen or you're a landed immigrant, then you can apply. So for the global aspect of it, I believe Margaret will kind of she's still evolving in terms of, she's still growing. So don't be worried. I believe she's going to go global. I'm so sure that your credit card company one day will go global. Let's just see. I think we have a question here. There's a comment. Let me see. Yes. Okay. Julie. Okay. She just indicated that she's live. Thank you for joining us. She's always live with us. So we are just going to proceed to the next question. Please.
If you don't mind me adding quickly to that,
Sure.
international students can also apply. So
Okay.
you don't have to have your landed documents in order to
Okay.
apply. As long as you have a Canadian address and you're 18 years old, you're able to apply for it.
Okay, thank you so much for that clarification, right? So, like, if you're an international student and you reside in Canada, you can apply, okay? If you have documentation to prove that you are international student, yes, you can apply. You just heard from Margaret, she said you can apply. So I'm glad that you were able to clarify that. So if you're watching, wherever you're watching from, you are an international student, you don't have any credit card, of course, you can consult what? Please, can you repeat the name of your company again?
Citylendingcenters.
Yeah, Citylendingcenters.
CLC for short.
Okay, CLC for short. So they have their website. We are going to leave their information down below. Okay, the website is there. They're on Facebook, so you can contact them and have your own credit card. You are having your own credit. You're also building your credit. Okay, so please make sure you contact them. So Margaret is here to answer any question. If you have any question regarding bad credit, good credit, whatever question that you have, please feel free to ask Margaret. She's an expert in this field. She has been a manager for years, and she has been in the finance industry for 20 years, 2 decades. That is not a joke. Okay, she knows the do's and don'ts. So please feel free to ask her. So we'll be right back. We're just going to go on a few seconds break. Please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. All right. Thank you. All right, viewers, welcome back to Prestigious Talk Show. We are live here on Prestigious Talk Show with Margaret Adekunle. She has her own credit card company, and she has a lot to offer you today. I promise you guys that we'll be bringing people that will be educating you. So today we have Margaret here to educate you about how to secure a credit card so that you can be able to build your own credit. So Margaret, we have a question for you. So is your credit card a secured credit card? We want you to enlighten us about that. Is it a secured credit card? Tell us about your credit card.
That's a great question, Faith. I'll start by saying we are a credit building solutions company. So we provide solutions to bad credit.
Okay.
And for those that are looking to build new credit, we help you build new credit the right way, not the way that the bank never taught you. So our credit card is a secured credit card. When I say secure, that means you determine your own credit limit with your deposit, which means you'll be building credit while spending your own money. You will not get into that. So CLC Secure Credit Card is fully secured by your own cash.
Okay. Thank you so much for actually unpacking that for us. I have a question from Julie. Julie, thank you for asking this question. She said, are you working towards about making it global? And that was the question I asked you. Yeah. So that is now left for Yinka to answer. That is not my question. Somebody just asked you. So please answer, Julie.
You guys will notice that Faith will call me Yinka from time to time. We go way back. Faith and I, we're family. And my family call me Yinka.
Yes.
Don't be alarmed. Margaret is still Yinka. Julie, that's an amazing question. Thank you for asking that. We're growing. We're a brand new company. And with the support of someone like yourself, Julie, absolutely, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. If every single person watching us today start by applying for this credit card, we will grow and we will get there.
All right. Thank you so much. Julie, thank you for asking this intelligent question. I hope Yinka answered your question very well. Thank you so much, viewers. So the floor is open for you to actually ask us questions. And please do help us share this video. This video might help somebody that's having problem with their credits, having problem with how to build their credits. Share this video. If you want to do us a favor, please share this video. That is all I'm asking you. Share this video. Continue to share this video. It might help one or two persons, okay? That is why we invite experts here to prestigious talk show so that they'll be able to educate me and you. So please do us a favor by sharing this video. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So let's forge ahead with our next question now. Okay, are there advantages to using a credit card instead of cash?
Absolutely. Canada is a credit-based society, right? We're wired that way. If you don't have credit, you can't do anything in Canada. You can't do absolutely nothing. So,
and I believe that applies to other European countries too, right?
Exactly. So it's very, very important to build credit in Canada, and not just build credit, you have to be able to maintain it. The struggle that we face, especially in the Black community, a lot of people are struggling with bad credit, not because people are bad spenders, but people don't know what they don't know. We're coming from a cash-based society, and we never learned how to use or maintain credit. It's new for everyone. So with Citylendingcenters, we provide a lot of credit education. If you go to our website, there's a lot of educational pieces there that you can look at. But most importantly, we're encouraging people to spend their money while building credit in order to avoid getting into debt. Because we constantly run into a lot of people with a lot of debt and a lot of issues with their credit due to no fault of theirs. And we're here to help.
Yeah, thank you so much for actually unpacking that. I was once a victim, of bad credit, but thank God I've been able to restore my credit back because it was really a big struggle. And as you've mentioned earlier, in this Western world, especially in Canada, everything is basically dependent on credit. If you have bad credit, you are limited. You cannot do anything. You are kind of caged, if you will. If I want to use that term, you're caged. You are incarcerated. You are imprisoned. You cannot do much. Okay. So I was in that space for a long time, I tell you. So I was not saying myself, am I not responsible enough? I was asking myself all this kind of question. Am I that bad? Am I a bad spender? I start to ask myself a lot of questions. So I really want to thank you for educating us, because you said something that really stood out with me. You said we are coming from a cash-based country. We believe in cash, spending cash. Coming to a country whereby they believe in credit card might be a different transitioning for us, if you will. Yes.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. It's not your fault. I've had credit challenges too. And I was working in the bank. I was a branch manager at the time that I had my credit challenges. life happens, right? You could lose your job. You suddenly lose your job and you're stuck with all this debt you have to pay. What are you going to do? There's absolutely nothing you can do. That could lead to bad credit. There's so many things that I've met a few Black people that got to Canada. They don't have their papers yet. They go have a baby, then they get a big bill.
Yeah.
Which they are not able to pay, which ends up in credit bureau.
Yes.
As a collection item. What are they going to do? It's not because they spent any money, right? Life happens to a lot of us. Some people, it's just ambulance. They called ambulance and they forgot to pay. And that ends up a credit bureau. There's so many things that could lead to bad credit that we don't necessarily know about. But for whatever the case might be, Citylendingcenters is here to help solve the problem. Wow. It's happened to me before. It's happened to a lot of Black people. You guys have no idea. It's happening to many more people, which is why we're here having these conversations. And that's why Citylendingcenters was started. We're here, Black people, just like yourself, not just Black people, we've also experienced bad credit. It took us 3 years to fix our credit when it went AWOL. It took 3 years to fix it. And for some people, they might not even know where to start. Citylendingcenters is here to help you, guide you through the process. We have credit specialists. So we don't necessarily just hand out our credit card. No, we're not a bank. We are an alternative to the bank. You get our credit card, but you're going to get credit education. You're also going to be assigned credit specialist that would work with you for at least 6 months.
Okay.
To help you map out the process and how to get back on your feet.
Okay. Thank you so much. I have a question here from Devin Link. I said that quick question. How much does credit check actually affect your credit score? Please.
So there are two types. There are two types of credit check. That's an amazing question. Thanks for asking it. There are two types of credit checks. There's a hard pull and there's a soft one. When you go to the bank to open a checking account, for example, they normally check your credit. But it doesn't show on your credit reports. That's a soft pull.
Okay.
And the other one that affects people's credit is the hard pull. That's when you apply for a loan, when you apply for a credit card, when you apply for anything lending, it affects your credit negatively, especially when it's a lot. And that is about 10% of your credit score.
Wow.
So applying for things all the time and opening new credit facilities is 10% of those 3 digits numbers that are very, very important.
So, wow. David, thank you for actually asking this question. So what would be your advice to people that normally that don't know the implications of, applying for a series of, like going to the store to apply for credit, going to the store to purchase something on credit, going to different companies that will say don't pay the S&S amount of time. What kind of implications would they undergo or face? What kind of challenges would they face in terms of
I love how you brought that up. It's actually called buy now, pay later. That's the culture we're in right now.
Yeah.
They say buy now, you don't have to pay anything. In fact, don't pay for a year.
Yes.
But you know what? You're still going to have to pay it. And when you pay it, it's at 20-something%. You become a slave to the bank or a slave to that company that is telling you to buy now, pay later, because it takes forever. So with the question you asked earlier, Citylendingcenters, CLC for short, we have a program, a credit monitoring service called CLC My Credit. If you go to our website, www.citylending.ca, you will see a tab that says My Credit Monitoring. That particular monitoring service, you have unlimited access to your credit. We also have tools in there where you can decide. What kind of credit score you want. So if your credit score is currently, let's say 600, and you want it to be 700, you can adjust the 2 to 700. Then it will automatically tell you what you have to do in order to get to 700. Right? So you don't need to go get your credit pull. If you're applying for things, you will have an idea what your credit is, and you can tell them not to pull your credit. So please go to our website and register for CLC My Credit Monitoring. You have unlimited access to your credit that way.
Oh, thank you so much. Viewers, as you can see, I'm privileged to have Margaret. Yes, I call her Yinka is also her name, okay, guys? Yeah, is it that Yinka or Margaret, right? So I'm privileged to actually have her live on Prestigious Talk Show. As I said before, if you have any question, please utilize this time to ask her question because she's an expert in this field. She'll be able to answer all your questions. And of course, I want you to do me a favor by sharing this video. Please do me a favor. If you're not living in Canada, wherever you're living, you are in right now, in any western part of the world, because if you're living in London, whatever part of the world that you're in, especially when it has to do with global north, they are fully dependent on their credit usage. So please share this video. It is going to help you. It is going to help your family member. It is going to help your friend. A lot of people are struggling with bad credits and they have no knowledge. Okay, they don't know, they have no knowledge of how to build their credits. Here I have somebody that is very knowledgeable. She's willing to teach us and help us. Please utilize this time. So please share this video. And if you have any question before we go on a few seconds break, please make sure you ask us your question. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, viewers, welcome back to Prestigious Talk Show. Live here with us is Margaret Adekunle. If you're just watching right now, she's the owner of Citylending. Please, can you repeat? Yeah, Citylendingcenters. She is live here with us. She's educating us about how to build our credits and how to apply for a secured credit card instead of using credit card that would ruin your credit. So she's educating us about how we can build our credits and be able to participate in the country that we are in, especially if you're living in Canada, you're living in North America, you're living in global north. So you guys know that in global north, they use credit card. That is what they rely on heavily. Okay, they don't believe in cash. So please share this video. And if you have any question, please make sure you ask us question right now. Please do not ask me after she's gone because I'm not an expert in this field. I cannot help you. Somebody that can help you. That is why I invited her here. So I have a question here. Let me quickly check. I'm not sure. I think it's a comment. Let me see who. Okay, Citylending Okay, see you. Okay, thank you so much. So viewers, if you have any question, please feel free to ask her right now. So our next question is we talked about how you can build your credit. Why is it important to have a good credit score?
Like we both already talked about this. You can't do anything in Canada without credit. Yes. You can do absolutely nothing. So having a good credit score is very, very important. Something that we fail to do as well, we're not checking our credit scores as often as we should. We should be checking our credit score as often as possible. Sometimes there's a lot of errors on the credit bureau that people are not aware of until they are going to apply for something, and that causes delay. I personally have an error on my credit. There's a few
How would you know that you have an error?
You have to check. So you have to check from the top where your name is. It starts with your personal information. Some people, their date of birth is wrong. Okay. Some people, it might be the spelling of your name.
Okay.
Some people, it might be where you've worked or the places you've lived. Trust me, all your information is on the credit bureau except your blood type. It's important to look at those things because if your information that they have at credit bureau does not match what they have at the bank, it could cause delay when you go to apply for something. It could also impact your credit negatively. Errors on your credit could affect. So it's very, very important, like I said, for people to check their credit often. And that's why CLC have that credit monitoring service, which is on our website, www.citylending.ca.
Wow, thank you for actually bringing that up. I was thinking because they are experts in that field. Everything they do is, I don't even pay attention. I pay no mind to it. I feel like, okay, they know what they are doing. Yes, if they say my credit is this, that is it. So now that you've just highlighted the fact, you've just, highlighted the fact that, okay, they can have an error and that can even lead to a delay if you apply for anything. So it's good for us to pay attention and actually look at it critically to make sure that there is no error. Wow, thank you so much. I never thought of that. That's why I say knowledge is power. Because if you don't know, you don't know. Once you
Exactly.
have an awareness about something, you have power over it. So that is
Exactly.
why we are urging you to watch and share this video. When you watch this video, you have bad credits. Okay, Margaret is here to educate you, to enlighten you. Do not trivialize this. This is very informative. Okay, she's here to inform us about so many things that you are not aware of. There are so many secrets that they will not tell you in the bank. If they are giving you the card, they just they don't tell you. Okay, so
True.
you mentioned that, and that was something that really stood out with me. You said you are there to bridge that gap.
Yeah.
There's a gap within the Black community, and you try to come up with a solution. Okay, so this is something that we should all embrace. I personally, I really want to thank you. I can't even thank you enough for this good initiative that you've started, and for the fact that you're a Black woman, not just a Black woman from Nigeria, of course. Yes, Nigeria woman. Yes, we
No.
are breaking,
Okay.
barriers.
Credit situations in Canada are very, very important. I
Yes.
personally had a situation where we wanted to buy a property, and when they pulled up my credit, my debt ratios were high because there was a 5,000 line of credit there that I had years back, completely paid, but was still sitting on my credit as unpaid. Those
Wow.
are some of the errors that I talked about. So it caused a little bit of delay. I had to go back to that bank, show the proof that I've paid the line of credit for them to rectify it, and then go back. Of course, when you put an offer on a house, you have a timeline,
Deadline. Yes.
deadline. And so by the time you're running back and forth, trying to fix error on your credit, you could lose that property.
Yes.
That's why I say it's very, very important that people check their credit from time to time for errors. That's part of the things that we do. There's a lot of people that I get the opportunity to chat with. Faith. There's a lady who paid somebody, I think, almost $6,000. They're in Toronto. Help them fix their credit, and that didn't happen. There's lots of fraudulent people out there, collecting lots of money from people to fix their credit. You can do it yourself, just so you know.
So I was going to talk about consolidation, because they will say consolidate your credits, all your credits. Because I see them, they call, and they've even called me and said, you have bad credits, we can help you build your credits, and we'll call all the people that you owe money, and you will now end up paying S and X amount. I didn't even bother to kind of contact them, but I don't know how they were able to contact me, and they kept, bothering me in terms of, going back to build my credit. You have to come, we can help you consolidate your credit. You now have good credit and all whatnot. You just mentioned this now. So these are all, some of them are fraudulent.
No, you know what, Faith? There's a few people, right? You all know nothing is free. Nothing is free. When they tell you, oh, this is free, check your credit for free, or there's a few organizations that there's Credit Karma, there is Borrowwell, and they say you can check your credit for free. There's also another company as well that would invite people to check their credit for free. Faith, I can tell you that could be where they got your information from. You go there, you put your information, you check your credit, you have free access. However, they're selling those information to people, maybe bankruptcy companies. For maybe anybody that'll be calling you to come do debt consolidation, those are probably like credit counseling companies.
Yes.
Right? They buy that information. What they do is they help you pay off your debt at a lower interest rates. That's what they do. And that sits on your credit for a while, for maybe about 3 to 5 years. But it rejuvenates your credit. However, how did they get your information? Like you said earlier. So I want to say this to everyone out there. When people tell you to come check your credit for free, nothing is free. How do they make their money, right?
Yes.
How do they make their money? It's free, right? So they're sharing your information with a lot of people. If you can afford it, you can easily subscribe to Equifax or TransUnion's credit monitoring service, which Citylendingcenters is providing at a subsidized amount. It's at $20 every month with Equifax and TransUnion, and we're subsidizing it. So feel free, like Faith is saying, take advantage of this opportunity. Go to our website, www.citylending.ca. You will get a lot of information about credit. And better still, you can email us at any time with your questions as well. It's info@citylending.ca. Credit is very important in Canada, Faith. You'll be handicapped. You can't do anything.
Yes. I talk about incarceration. If you have no credit, it's like you're incarcerated, you are in prison, you
Yeah.
can't do nothing. But if you have credits, you can do everything. They can give you up to, because they are so crazy. If you have good credit, they can give you up to 50,000. They can give you 30, $20,000. Trust me. But again, you have to be mindful. You'll be thinking that is your money. Before you know what is happening, my credit card is there. You end up spending money, and in a very covert way, you become their slave.
Exactly, exactly. And that's why we came up with a secured credit card, right?
Yes.
Like you said earlier, that I was in a few of those banks, and they're very quick. If you have good credit, they're very quick to give you $50,000 credit
Yes.
card or line of credit unsecured. It gives you the illusion that you have some money or some sense of
Yes.
security. But when you use it, how long will it take you? If you owe $3,000 on a credit card, it could take you up to 6 years to pay it off. And when you pay it off, you'll be paying double or almost triple, especially when you're paying minimum payments. Like Faith said earlier, you become a slave to the bank because you keep paying your minimum payments and you're just noticing it's not ending. You're constantly paying. Keep in mind, right? Your income remains the same. If you're earning 50, 60,000 or 70,000 a year, your income is the same. You have all your other expenses fixed. Then you're accumulating more debts by taking all these unsecured credit cards, right?
Yes.
And that's why City Lending Centers is encouraging people to use their money, spend your money while you're building credit, so that you continue to have safety nets. You can sleep at night. A lot of Nigerians, anyway, never like that. But I guess because of the society we live in now, people are accustomed, people are getting used to it. We want to encourage you to please try the best that you can to spend the money that you have. You can use a secure credit card to do that while you're still building credit without being in any debt.
Yeah, thank you so much, Margaret. So, viewers, if you have any question, I have been saying this, please feel free to ask your question. Margaret is live here with us on Prestigious Talk Show. Feel free to ask your question right now. And also, please don't forget to share this video. Share this video. We are privileged to have a live with us. And of course, I just have a question that I didn't actually add to my questions here. It's just something that I was just thinking about while you were talking. What about bankruptcy? People that file for bankruptcy, how can that affect one? If you're here in Canada, you've already filed for bankruptcy. What are the implications for filing for bankruptcy?
Thank you, Faith. So there are three ways people try to clean up their credit. There is bankruptcy, there is consumer proposal, and there is orderly payment of debt.
Okay.
With bankruptcy, it stays on your credit for 7 years.
Okay.
And even after 7 years, the banks don't quite trust you yet, right? It's a way to punish you. They trust you first in Canada before they don't trust you anymore. When they trust you, they give you access to everything.
Yes.
When they realize that you're not keeping your end of the bargain, that's when they punish you a little bit. You know, when you declare bankrupt, 7 years, you can't do anything. You have no credit facilities. Keep in mind, if you're currently in bankruptcy, City Lending Centers will still approve you for our credit card. It's designed for the Black community. You're still going to get approved. So it stays in your credit for 7 years. And every time you go to a bank to apply for anything or ask anything, anytime they ask you that question, have you ever declared bankrupt? Then you're going to have to say yes. Consumer proposal could be a better alternative to bankruptcy, right? The same is a very similar process that you owe when you do consumer proposal. With bankruptcy, you pay practically nothing. You pay something, but it's not as much. With consumer proposal, you're going to pay 20 cents to every dollar you owe. So the superintendent that you're dealing with, the bankruptcy person in charge, will negotiate down your debt completely. For example, let's say you're owing maybe 100,000, just an example, and you end up paying $7,000. So consumer proposal, once you're done paying it, it stays in your credit for only 3 years.
Okay.
For only 3 years, and then your credits will be rejuvenated. But what we encourage people to do is, as soon as you go file for bankruptcy or consumer proposal, get a secure credit card immediately. That's the only thing you can get. Get a secure credit card immediately so that your credit will start rebuilding. By the time it gets to be 3 years or 7 years, you would have been building credits for a while. And that's part of what we do at City Lending Centers. We help you rebuild your credit history.
Thank you so much. That is very powerful. I know some people might be watching right now. They might be wondering, okay, I have filed for bankruptcy, would I still be approved for any credit card? Yes, you've just heard from Margaret. Sure, you'll be approved. Apply to City Lending Center. You'll be approved immediately, and that will also help you build your credit. Trust me, you don't want to be incarcerated for 7 years. You know what that means? You'll be incarcerated for 7 years, okay? Invisible prison. You can't do anything, okay? Only you knows. And again, if you tell people that you have bad credit, they will frown upon it. Immediately, they will look at you as if you're not responsible. You
Yeah.
know that? Yeah. Or you just do a credit check and there's a bad credit. There's this, you feel shamed that, oh, you feel ashamed of yourself that, oh God, I don't know how they will see me. I don't know how they will look at me or what they will think of me. So please, if you have any bad credits, I want you to know that you can still rebuild your credits. Okay, City Lending Center is here to help you. All right, go to their website. They'll be able to help you. She has been able to unpack so many questions that I believe that most of you might be thinking in your head, in your heart or in your head that, oh, I have bad credit, oh, I'm a new person in Canada, oh, I'm an immigrant, or I'm an international student. Of course, City Lending Center will be able to give you credit card, secure credit card, while you're trying to, integrate into the society. You are building your credits. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Thank you.
And was prestigious talk show.
Okay, we have few questions. If you don't have any questions for Margaret, we have few questions before we leave today. So I have a question to ask you here. Is carrying a balance on my credit card good for credit score? Like if you have a balance on your credit card, is it good for your credit score? If you want to, touch on that, please.
If you have a credit card and you are not using it, you're not building credit. So it's
Oh.
still very important to use the credit card. However, you have to keep it at 35% or 30% maximum utilization. And when I
Okay.
say utilization, that means if you have a credit card of $1,000, for example, make sure you're not using more than, I would say, 300 or 250, whatever
Oh.
30% is. 50% of that 1,000 is 500.
Yes.
Then if you can bring that down, I want to think maybe it's around maybe 2,000, maybe 250 or 300 is what you should be using from that credit card, because that's 30% of the calculation of your score. A lot of people max out their card constantly without thinking about it, but it has a huge impact on your credit score.
Oh.
Because you're telling lenders that you don't have enough cash, you don't have cash flow. If you have cash flow, you won't be maxing out your card the way that you do.
Oh, so it's a threat when it comes to lending money to you, right? So they look at the trajectory of your spending, right?
Right.
Wow.
Right. So you have to use it.
Yeah. So even if you have a credit card, say for example, you have a credit card, and at the end of the month, you decide to just pay everything into it, like you use everything, and you know that you're going to receive money, you pay it immediately. Does that actually also make you look like a spender, a bad spender, or somebody that is not responsible, that will be a threat to the bank or to the credit card company?
Not at all. It makes you a very smart person. Something I'm going to tell you today is that using a credit card is a free loan. It could be a free loan because lots of banks will give you 21 to 25 days to pay without any interest.
Yes.
So if you use your credit card and you pay within that 25 or 21 days, you don't pay any interest. So it's okay if you use it and you pay right back. At least you're using it. You're showing that you're responsibly spending. You're just being as smart as you can by making sure you're not paying any interest on it.
Oh my goodness, this is a chess game. We have to play the game with them. Thank you for actually educating us. If you have a credit card and you have enough money in your credit card and you want to use the credit card, make sure you have your cash flow, you have your physical cash. Immediately you finish spending, in order for you not to look like a bad spender, you pay it into the credit card. Okay, so that's at the end of the day, she said you have like 21 days window in order for them to start charging you. So she has just given us a tip. That's a very big tip. If you're not aware of this, please make sure you take this tip. This is very, very important. Okay, this is how credit card company, these are some of the tricks that they use for people. Okay, you talked about illusion, that you'll be thinking that, okay, I have money, I have 50,000, of course this is my money. When you spend 10,000 from that 50,000, I bet you can't pay it. Oh my goodness. This is really, really interesting. Trust me, I'm just intrigued by this whole thing. Thank you so much for actually educating us. I'm just learning a lot from you. Okay, so I'm just going to forge ahead with our next question here. Okay, he said his balance is okay. Okay. Should one cancel? Should one cancel credit card they no longer use? What are the implications of a cancellation if you cancel a credit card you no longer use?
So you don't want to cancel your credit card. Don't do it. It has an impact on your credit. I've made that mistake before several times.
Really, I have.
You can cut off the card. If you don't want to use it, cut it up so you don't have it in your wallet. But when you cancel it, you're canceling your history.
Wow.
Right?
Really?
You're canceling your history, which you don't want. Right? Keep in mind that in the banking industry, or in the lending world, we have a rule called 222 rule. That means you need a minimum of 2 years credit history to show a proper trend, and then a minimum of $2,000 credit at least, and then two trades, at least minimum of two things on your credit. So you don't want to cancel your credit card that you've had for a long time, because then when we put your credit, it's showing that you've owned that credit card for a very short period of time, and it keeps lenders wondering why. So if you have a credit card, don't cancel it. If you don't want to use it, just pay it off and cut off the card.
Wow, thank you so much for actually explaining that to us. So I believe my viewers would like to know what APR means and how it works. What is APR?
So what most people worry about is the interest rate. What is my interest rate? I think people should focus more on the APR, because the APR is let me remember what it's called, is the average percentage, annual percentage rates that you're charged. So it's your interest rate plus all the other costs that is in the print that you don't normally see. So if your interest rate is 19.99%, for example, on a mortgage or maybe on a loan, there might be maybe an administrative fee on that loan that you know or may not know about. You definitely know because you signed something.
Yes.
But you just don't see it because it's in the fine print. So all the costs, all the extra costs and charges that you pay, plus the interest rate together, is what we refer to as APR.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Always look out for those APRs when even if they tell you the interest rate is only 2%, but there might be an hidden fee. For example, maybe when you withdraw money on a particular credit card, or when you withdraw money from another bank using your debit card, something, maybe you're paying $5.
Yes.
Focus more on those extra little charges. Interest rate is nothing, right?
Wow.
In the banking world, like for me as a credit card company owner, I don't focus on interest rates and how much I make from it, because we have that grace period. We make more of the money from the little extra charges that you might not know about, which is where the APR comes into place.
Wow. Thank you for actually letting us know that. Thank you so much. You see, this is very, very important. She's educating us about the banking, how the banking system runs and everything. She's exposing all this to us. So please share this video. This is very, very informative. I beg you, share this video, and also send us your message. If you have any comments, please comment down below, and I'll definitely read it to Margaret, and she will be able to answer your question. We only have one more question before she will leave. I tell you, she's been here with us, and please utilize this time to ask her your question. So before I digress to our last question, so okay, we are going to talk about cashback. What is cashback card? What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. Like,
so cashback is an extra reward that you get on, it could be a loan, it could be a credit card, it could be even on a mortgage. That means the organization is saying they will give you is a reward, right? It's a loyalty reward because we
Yes.
want to retain that customer. So we want to give you something a little bit back. Something
Yes.
that I want people to be conscious of though is when you talk about cashback and reward points, think
Yes.
about how much you have to spend in order to get one point.
Oh my
The
goodness.
whole idea is for us to keep you going, right? We
Mm-hmm.
have up to 1% cashback with my credit card that we're
Mm-hmm.
still mapping out. So you can get up to 1% cashback, but that 1% cashback, you don't get it in the first 6 months. You start getting it after 6 months. And again, of course, you need to spend a certain amount to get a certain amount. So people need to be a little bit cautious about, especially people focusing on travel points, right?
Yes.
How much do you spend
In order to
before
get
you get
that.
to 1 point and 2 points and 3 points and 4 points?
So those little incentive, you have to really spend a lot to earn that incentive.
Well, you're still getting an incentive. If you're somebody who will use your credit card anyway, if you're going to max it out anyway, I guess
Wow.
it's still an incentive, but be wary of how much you have to spend in order to get those rewards.
I don't know if I should ask this question. I believe this is just almost like secured because it's about prepaid credit card. If it's the same as credit card, prepaid, the prepaid, all
They're
those.
different. They are not the same.
Okay,
They're not the
please
same.
educate us.
Prepaid cards are like gift cards, right? They
Okay.
don't get reported to the credit bureaus.
Oh,
They don't get to they don't report them to credit bureau. They are just like a gift card, a regular store card.
oh, okay.
Right? It's
Wow.
just that you can use them online. That's where it ends, right?
Oh, it
No,
has no history to it.
no, nothing. Keep in mind when you get it, you're buying it in a store. It's a generic
Yes.
card. Your name, nothing is on it. So nothing links that card to your credit report.
Yes, I have a question as you were talking. Sometimes if you have say for example you have an account with Royal Bank or CIBC or Scotiabank, they have a card that you can use. I don't know if it's not credit card. It's like a card that you can use online. Is that prepaid as well? Is that considered a prepaid? I think I have it too. You can use it. It's like it has credit card number, but it's not a credit card.
Okay.
You can't use more than $100, or if the money is much, you can. I don't know. I don't.
And is it a customized card for you with your name on it, or it has no
Yes.
name on it?
Yeah, with your name on it. Yes. It's not a credit card. Yes.
Prepaid
Anyways.
card. What I'll tell you is that. What I'll tell you, sorry, I'm just.
Okay.
Prepaid
Okay,
cards.
yes. We'll just quickly go on a few seconds break. We'll be right back.
And Wash Prestigious Talk Show.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Yes, we have live with us Margaret Adekunle. She's live with us on Prestigious Talk Show. If you've not been watching, please join us and ask your question. She's been educating us about credit card, how to get your credit card. If you have bad credit, you can still have a good credit by applying for a secure credit card. She actually have her own secure credit card company. And if you are new to the country, you're in Canada, of course, you can build your credit. You can apply for a secure credit card and you start to build your credit. If you file for bankruptcy, you can still rebuild your credit by applying for a secure credit card. Okay, don't just wait for 7 years. Don't wait for 3 years. Please apply for a secure credit card in order for you to build your credit. So Margaret, she has been educating us about how to build our credit, the implications of having bad credit, and if you have bad credit score, how you will be kind of constrained to do. You will not be able to do so many things. Okay, so she has just given us a lot a lot. She has exposed so many hidden facts about how you can build your credit. And we have to also be mindful, if you have credit card that has like $50,000, $30,000, and you're thinking you have money, hello, is all an illusion. You have to be very, very smart. Okay, so I'll let Margaret proceed by proceed to educate us with what she has learned for over 20 years as a banker, and now she has her own credit card company. So our next question for you, Margaret, we have a lot because we wanted to quickly utilize this time to educate ourselves. Okay, so how does a joint account work? Say, for example, you're married and you have a credit card. How does that work? With sometimes they will ask you, do you want to add somebody's name to this credit card? Is it advisable to actually do that? How does that work? If you want to quickly give us some tips on
That's
that.
a very good question, Faith. Again, to clarify quickly, prepaid cards are different from secure card. Prepaid cards don't get reported to the credit. So when it comes to making somebody a co-owner on your card, there are two ways with joint cards, with joint accounts. Are you talking about the bank accounts or a credit card?
Yeah, credit card. Sometimes if you have a credit card, they might ask you if you want somebody else's name to be, if you want somebody to have the same information to be part of this credit card. You can order, you can either opt out and say, no, I don't want, I just want it to be for me. So what are the implications of adding somebody's name? Maybe your significant other, or maybe your partner, maybe your wife, maybe your child, your children, I don't know. What are the implications of adding somebody to that credit card?
Well, first of all, joint account, if it's a joint application, you're both liable for that credit card, because that person's name will also be in the credit bureau. If it's a joint application, which is very different. If you're only being asked, do you want to add a secondary card holder?
Yes,
if
secondary.
A secondary card holder, you're fully responsible for that credit card. It doesn't build that other person's credit. It doesn't do anything for them apart from you, apart from the fact that you're only giving them access to your credit limit. They can spend your card. They can use your card, but it doesn't build their credit.
Okay. So thank you so much for actually unpacking that. So that's just us. I needed clarity on that, because somebody asked me, I've been telling people that I will have somebody, an expert, come in, and if they have any questions. So some of the questions that was thrown at me, that was why I quickly added that question to it. Thank you so much for unpacking that for us. So why do some card have annual fee? Because some credit card company have annual fee. Does your credit card company, the secure credit card, do you guys have annual fee?
So far on the market, and we did our research, our credit card has the lowest fee. We charge $9.99 per month for our credit card, and that's the money that we use to maintain the card, report your card to the credit bureau, and administrative things that we do, which again, like I said, is one of the lowest in the market. Annual fees are there for a reason. You just have to make sure you're looking for the right card with the kind of annual fee that you can handle. There are some annual fees that they would have on the card, and that could be because of the benefits that comes from the card.
Okay.
Right? There are some cards. If you see a lot of cards without any fee at all, don't give you as many benefits. And when I say benefit, it could be protection, payment protection. It could be you purchasing something. If you lose that thing, you get covered, or a little bit of insurance on that card. So a lot of cards do have annual fee. If they don't have annual fee, then their interest rate is maybe 19.99%. But yeah, the reason why a lot of cards have annual fees is because of the other benefits that card might have. People just don't know the benefits their cards have. So when you have a particular credit card with annual fee, most of the time you don't have to pay any insurance when you rent a car. But some people take insurance, they don't know.
They don't know. Wow.
Your credit card, if you're paying annual fee on any credit card, make sure you're checking the benefits that comes with it. There's a lot of benefit. If you buy something with that credit card, for example, and you misplace the thing, they might be able to replace it for you.
Wow. Thank you so much, because this is why I said it's very important, because when you know, awareness is powerful, knowledge is powerful. Okay, most of us don't know this. This is something that most of us will trivialize. You have a credit card that you're paying annual fee for, and yet if you rent a car, they'll ask you to pay insurance. You pay insurance without you knowing. So that is why they said knowledge is power. You see, that is why I'm telling you guys, please share this video. It took me time to invite this powerful lady here today, and it's her time. She's educating us. Please do not trivialize this video. Please share this video. This is very informative. She's taking her time to educate us, to enlighten us. I'm learning from her. You're learning from her. Please don't be selfish. Share this video. And I want to thank Margaret once again for this powerful information that you're providing for us here on the prestigious talk show platform. I can't even thank you enough. Okay, so before we go, we only have 2 questions. If you don't have any question, she'll be leaving us very soon. We only have 1 hour window space to put her here. You know, she's been with us. Yesterday, I was privileged to have a Dr. Sasu with us live, and she spent 1 hour. As I said before, I saw a video on TikTok. I can't even emphasize that enough. The TikTok video said, when somebody asks for your attention and they gave it to you, please cherish that attention, because that person has just given you their time, and their time is equated to life. You know what I mean? Because the time that you've spent will never come back again. You see, this 1 hour that we've used here right now, this 1 hour is not coming back again. So it will be in order for you not to do yourself a disservice, please share this video and comment while you're watching. If you have any questions, please make sure you ask us the question now while she's still here. Yinka has given us her time, and have given you guys my time too. Okay, which means I have given you part of my life to start talking, and that is what she has done too. Please do not trivialize it. If you are to pay a consultation fee, you know how much that will be. Please, it is very imperative that we learn. As they say, knowledge is power. So once again, I want to really thank you. So let me go to the last question, because you covered everything. Everything. You covered all the questions. Yes, I have a question here now. Somebody just want to ask question before I go to my last question. Let me quickly check. There's a comment here. Okay. Oh, hi, Alera. She said, hello, Faith. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's go to our last question. Oh, we actually have 2. I don't know. What are the implications of not paying your bills if you have credit card?
Pay your bill because of time. I know we don't have any more time. Bill payment is 35% of your credit score. The calculation is based on 35%. So paying your bills on time is very, very essential. In fact, it's the biggest piece of your credit score, 35%. Make sure you're paying your bills on time.
Thank you so much for quickly, for answering that question, because we don't really have time. I'm working with time now. We have less than 3 minutes. So we have our last question for our guest today. And viewers, please, we have to thank her. So our last question, what advice do you have for my viewers who are not sure if they want to have a credit card or if they can, build their credit? What advice? I know you've been sharing it since. What final tip do you have for them to go home with?
It's very, very important you build credit in Canada. If you want access to capital, anything you want to do, you need credit to do in Canada. With our credit card at Citylendingcenters, we don't check credit. Approvals are guaranteed. All you just have to do is go to our website, www.citylendingcenters.ca, to apply. Credit is very, very important. We're just encouraging you to make sure if you're starting to build credit newly, use a secure credit card. And if your credit is currently challenged or bad, you're also welcome at Citylendingcenters. We have a way to help you.
Thank you so much, Margaret. I can't even thank you enough. Thank you for joining us live on Prestigious Talk Show, and and of course for sharing your knowledge. You have enormous knowledge. You've shared a lot of knowledge with us here on a Prestigious Talk Show, and of course I know my viewers will learn from you today. Thank you so much. I've learned a lot from you. I can't even thank you enough. In short, I'm just amazed with what you've shared with us. Thank you so much. Viewers, I want to thank you all for watching. Those of you that have been watching, thank you for watching, and please share this video. Share this video with your friends. Share this video with your family, please. We are not asking for much. All we want you to do is to share this video. Follow us on Facebook, like our page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. If you want people like Margaret to be live here with us on Prestigious Talk Show, what you need to do is to subscribe and share our video, like our page. That is all we are asking for. Thank you all for joining us live today. And I remain your host, Faith Adodo. And remember, you are not alone. I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you all. Bye-bye.